Bayroc to come back. I had to come back to Bayroc. The last time I was here, you had a regional agricultural commercial exhibition. I never see so much food, so much honey. The people of Linden are productive, and look at you now. You like a sea of green and gold.
Mosh.
Thanks for coming out in your numbers. But thank you most of all for supporting us at the general and regional elections in 2015 and the local government elections in 2016 and 2018. We won in 2015 because of you, and we will win in 2020 because of you. And we'll win again in 2025 because of you. And we win again in 2030. You can't stop this movement. Tonight, this is not an APNU+AFC rally. This is not a Region 10 rally. This is a national rally. The whole country is looking at Linden tonight. Atlanta is looking at Linden. New Jersey is looking at Linden. And most of all, Irfan Ali is looking at Linden. Look at these people. Look out for more withdrawals from the presidential race. There'll be more withdrawals after tonight. You all are overwhelming. My brothers and sisters, I've come tonight to Linden with confidence. Confidence in your common sense. Confidence in your tradition of support for the parties which come out and work for Linden and Region 10. Tonight I've come here with love for you. And I know you reciprocate that love. I know that on 2nd of March you will go out there and vote for the coalition that you love. Vote for the leader that you know will support Region 10. I started by talking about Bayroc because this region is bigger than Jamaica. I smelled something over there just now. I thought I was in Jamaica. I feel so high, I nearly touched the sky. You have boundless agricultural potential. But this is a powerful region. The mineral potential, the timber potential, the agricultural potential, but most of all, the human potential. You heard Ms. Walton just tell you a story. I got another story to tell you. In July 2012, I was the leader of the opposition. I came here to Linden, and I met the first Lindener to top the country in national grade 6 exams, Mr. Taron Allen. I didn't have much money then, but they gave him a little bursary. But he gave me something else, he gave me an idea. And from that day, I started something called the Burnham Education Scholarship Trust. And now we've had over 80 students passing through because of an idea I got from Taron Allen from Regma School right here.
Moving forward together. Don't stop the progress.
We have a powerful force in the coalition. we have built a force for young people who support us, children who come out and say because of the 5Ds program, their mother doesn't have to find money to send them to school. People now have a boat in every single river in this country. There's a boat in the Pomeroon, there's a boat in Demerara, there's a boat in Barbees, there's a boat in Essequibo River, there's a boat in Kanji River. We have 30 buses on the road because of 5Ds, allowing children to go to school.
Moving forward together. Don't stop the progress.
We have a dozen boats on the rivers. We have 5,000 bicycle children riding to school. Students believe in us because under the APNU+AFC coalition, we guarantee universal primary education, universal secondary education, and we will guarantee universal university education to those who are qualified once the oil money starts to flow. We have plans, and when I got into office in 2015, we set up the Linden Enterprise Network, LEN. $155 million we plugged into LEN. And in turn, many Lindeners have benefited. We have made over $326 million in loans, 570 loans. It was established by this coalition, APNU+AFC coalition, to help Lindeners get a hand up in order to enable them to get into business. We have done that for you, Lindeners.
Moving forward together. Don't stop the progress.
And when I went to Bartica, I promised them a BEN, Bartica Enterprise Network. Let us do like Linden. I went to Mabaroom, I promised them MEN. They think of bringing men, but they're bringing the Mabaroom Enterprise Network. You have a model that we will extend countrywide, so that young people in every town will be able to get a hands up to help them to get into enterprise. That is what we're doing for young people. That's what we're doing for housewives and for business. Our coalition cares about you, cares about soldiers and teachers and nurses and public servants. That is why when we saw what people were earning in 2015, in all categories, salaries have gone up nearly 70% between 2015 and 2020. We did that for you. When I went into the 10th Parliament in 2012, pensioners were getting about 7,500. Now they're getting 20,000. I get thank you notes. Thank you, Mr. President. And we will keep on increasing the pension as long as we get the money from the oil revenue.
Don't stop the progress.
It's not our money, it's your money. Y'all are just not a former 13-year-old. Well, I don't know, it doesn't seem so long ago. You look like 18 to me. But we are concerned about young people. You know, there was a man named Forrest Burnham, and in 1968 he signed up to something called the Guyana Youth Corps. Y'all remember the Youth Corps? Well, he thought he would build on the Youth Corps and make the National Service. You remember the National Service? In 2020, the PPP destroyed the National Service. So our young people who used to go into the National Service for training had nowhere to go. Many of them were left without jobs, without education, without skills, without training. And then you see the unemployment rate going up since 2020 when the PPP destroyed the National Service. But I build back the Youth Corps. Let them come and break it up. What they broke up, I build back. That is what real leaders do. Real leaders build, fake leaders break. And where they break, I will build. We now have a Guyana Youth Corps again at Kuru Kuru. And every year that Youth Corps is going to train 1,000 young people with skills so they can be self-employed. That's what I'm doing for young people.
Moving forward together. Don't stop the progress.
We saw the plight of young people created by 23 years of PPP mismanagement. So our coalition government set up something called SLED, the Sustainable Livelihood Entrepreneurial Development Program, SLED. And we put money into SLED. And I am proud that SLED is helping young people to start up businesses and to get jobs. We have already helped over 2,500 young people with the SLED project. And I'd like any young people who are unemployed, who are not in school, and who are intelligent enough and willing to get involved in business to apply for a SLED grant, G-R-A-N-T, not L-O-A-N, grant. And I, at the launching of SLED, a young girl from the New Opportunity Corps, you know New Opportunity Corps, that's the primary school in Essequibo. When they left the primary school in Essequibo, they go to the secondary school in Camp Street. And when they left the secondary school, they go to the University of Mazaruni. But no longer. I have removed all of the women from the New Opportunity Corps. Women belong at school or at home or at work. They don't belong in the New Opportunity Corps. But let me tell you about this girl. She stood up at the launch of the SLED and said, look, I come from undernaming. I come from the New Opportunity Corps. But tonight I'm a businesswoman because of SLED. That is what the coalition is doing for young men and women in this country. Tonight, my brothers and sisters, my friends, ask yourselves some questions. And in your own heart, answer them as you go home. Ask yourself, having gone through the previous 23 years, do you want the Phantom Squad to come back? Do you want another Pradoville? Do you want another Skeldon factory? Do you want another fiber optic cable? Well, don't bring back the PPP then. If you don't want these things, not bring them back. Not bring them back. You know, I used to be in the army, but like I left just in time. Because, you know, in August 2007, a man removed 5 army colonels in one night. Never happened before, and it'll never happen again under this commander-in-chief. 5 colonels he removed in one night, and he says now he's going to look after defense. What are you going to do? Knock out 5 more? Ask him if it is true. Anytime you see an army officer come talking to her, ask him if it is true that in August 2007, 5 colonels get knocked off. And let me know what he said. My brothers and sisters, we have endured a decade of death in this country. And we must not let that decade be repeated. Between 2000 and 2010, listen to me good. I can talk slow because I know you can't hear fast. 1,000 1,431 murders were committed under that man. True story. This is a police record. 1,441 recorded murders took place. Right now, if you go to Bayroc, you see a monument. Right now, if you go to Evelyn, you see a monument. Right now, if you go to Buxton, you see a monument. Those are 3 monuments to the president who oversaw those murders between 2000 and 2001. I've never known another president in this country that had 3 monuments to massacres and murders, like between 2000 and 2010. 3 monuments to murders. That was a decade of death. I declared on the 1st of January this year a decade of development.
Moving forward together. Don't stop the progress.
When the history of this country is written, compare the decade of death where young men were being shot down like ducks, with a decade of development where young men are going into the kind of youth corps, going into university and becoming businessmen. That is the respect I have for the youth of this country. There will be educational development at nursery, primary, secondary, and university level. There will be a technical institute in every region. You have one here already. It will be expanded, so it will cater for more than 550 young people. There's a technical institute in Region 6. There's now a technical institute in Region 2 and in Region 9. Every capital town will have a technical institute, so our young people will be trained in technical skills to equip them to work in the oil industry. That is why this coalition created 4 new towns. It hasn't happened since Linden became a town. We created 4 towns. Mabaroom is now a town, Madi is now a town, Bartik is now a town, Lethem is now a town. Go there and see the changes which are taking place. These changes are taking place because you voted for us in 2015. Because I picketed for local government elections. I picketed to make sure that we have municipalities running these vast regions all over Guyana. And those municipalities are developing at an amazing rate. Go to Bartica, go to Madia, go to Lethem, go to Mabaroom and see what is taking place. Because of democracy, which you made possible with your vote in the same Region 10. There will be education, but there will also be employment for young people. And we know there are many young people who are not in employment, they're not in education, they're not in training. And we will provide a safety net to make sure they don't hit the ground. They don't have to line up street corner. We will make sure that those young people receive employment during this decade of development. We will provide employment facilities for young people. In all of these regions, look, this region could start going in not only to gold mining, but into manufacture of jewelry. Not only to wood cutting, but to making furniture. Not only to smoking and certain agricultural pursuits. They could start making beverages. A man criticized me for talking about planting chips. But like his presidential candidate in here, he go to Wackenham and said, I want you to produce planting chips. I want to know who the presidential candidate is listening to. But young people can go into manufacturing and we will help these micro enterprises so that Guyana starts to export the goods which it produces, the agro-processing. There is no reason, Linden, why people must bring vegetables from Puerto Rico to sell in Linden. I know what's going on, you know. You can produce it yourself, and you can use your manufacturing skill and expertise to package stuff, and it's already starting to happen. I've seen it at the RACE, the Regional Agriculture and Commercial Exhibition. I was astonished at what households and individuals could produce. And I asked the regional chairman, Mr. Dennis Mordian, to make sure that those regional agricultural and commercial exhibitions never cease. Because every year a wave of women, a wave of young people are producing more and more commodities. You heard about the infrastructure. I'm a dreamer, but my dreams are prophecies which turn into realities. One day before I die, you can drive in a car from Kokwani, cross the Barbies River, cross the Demerara River, cross the Essequibo River, and go all the way to Karasabai. From Kokwani to Karasabai.
Moving forward together. Don't stop the progress.
All across this country, we are going to use the petroleum revenues for you and your needs. We know your needs. And we will develop this country to make life easier for you and to give all of you a better quality of life. Talking about quality of life, I believe in equality. And the fact is that west of the Essequibo, life is not so good. The roads are bad. A place like Rupununi, bigger than Costa Rica, doesn't have a proper highway. Yes, we will improve infrastructure, the bridges, but we must also improve equality to make sure that people east and west of the Essequibo enjoy a good quality of life. And I want you to understand, because this region is a very complex region. It is not Linden, it's not Wismar, it's not Christianburg. You also have the Barbies River with Biruni and Kairuni and Hururu. You also have the Demerara River, the Essequibo River. Demerara River take you all the way up to Malali and Great Falls. But we want a country in which there is equality, regardless of your race, regardless of your religion, and regardless of your region. And I want you to know that I believe in equality not only on racial, religious, and regional basis, but also on gender basis. My cabinet is the first cabinet in the history of Guyana to have 10 women. Come on, women.
Moving forward together. Don't stop the progress.
10 women in my cabinet. An Amerindian vice president, an Amerindian minister of state. Because I believe in equality, I don't discriminate. APNU+AFC does not discriminate. We are the founders of the Big Benab. The PPP tells people, if you want to support us, join the PPP. APNU+AFC tells people, come into the Big Benab. Come with your constituents. What are your concerns? And we will provide for you. We will solve your problems. We are problem solvers. We don't chase away people. But we are a coalition of equality. Housing. We are looking at housing to make sure there are no squatter settlements. We've set up a squatter regularization commission under the Ministry of Communities to make sure every mother can bring up her child in a decent home with running water and lights. A house is for a family, and there must be a roof over the head of every Guyanese. No street children, no destitute people. A roof over every head. And we're thinking about your public safety too. We know there have been problems, and we will rearrange the police divisions. This E&F division used to be responsible for the whole hinterland. Now we have 10 police divisions so that each region has its own regional divisional commander, except Georgetown, which has an extra division. So my brothers and sisters, there's greater security on our borders. because we have thousands of Venezuelan migrants coming into the country. There's greater security in our towns and in the countryside. We put horses in Blackbush Pole, so they ain't got no more back dam. Where ATV can't go, where bicycle can't go, where car can't go, where SUV can't go, horses will go. And horses don't need gasoline. We put horses in the Rupununi. So when your foot get tired, you can sit on your horse, the horse can carry you where you want to go. But we're making sure that the police force is restructured to cover this entire country. So, my friends, development has been taking place apace over the last 5 years. We can't stop now.
Don't stop the progress.
We have pumped $170 billion into education over the last 4.5 years. We've developed the 5 Bs, but the civil servants like to call it the Public Education Transportation Service. Don't call it 5 Bs anymore, it's the PETS, PTS, public education, but ultimately every Guyanese school child will be able to jump in a boat or jump in a bus and go to school free. That is our objective.
Don't stop the progress.
And the school feeding program, what is that? School feeding? Oh, you mean the public education nutrition service? We're getting fancy now. But every child must be able to get a hot meal when he or she goes to school. We're working to that. So, scholarships will come. Digital technology will come. But I ask you to look after the elections which will take place on the 2nd of March to make sure that we have a government which will deliver these goods to you. So, my brothers and sisters, we are coming upon another GRE. We will win Upper Demerara, but we have to win, as the mayor said, not with 89%, but with 99%. And let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. You here today are witnessing the decline and fall of one of the former leading political parties in Ghana, the People's Progressive Party. It is now in decline. It is freaking out. It is weakening. It has a serious leadership crisis. It has a serious partnership crisis. They can't make partnerships. They don't seem to have the ability to make partnerships. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You have to be a loving person. They like to rant and rave. They don't know how to love and care. But let me tell you what has been happening. Politics has mathematics, not magic. You don't wave a lot of German flags, black, red, and yellow flag, and think you're going to win. The man himself said, people don't vote for flags. You win with the votes of human beings. Don't worry with how much German flags you see. This is a green and gold region.
Moving forward together. Linden, don't stop the progress.
Green and gold. Let me tell you what the numbers say. Up to the time of Mrs. Janet Jagan, the PPP was able to get 220,000 votes. And then she handed it over to the Son and Heir. The votes went down to 210,000 in 2001. By 2006, 182,000. By 2011, 164,000. You see what happened to the PPP? The votes are heading south. The votes are heading south. And by 2011, APNU and AFC combined were able to get the majority of votes. Because of you, people like you in Linden, Upper Demerara. And by 2015, we were able to go into government. And in 2020, you'll keep us in government.
Moving forward together. Don't stop the progress.
Don't be afraid of the German flags. Don't be afraid of the black, red, and yellow flags. I tell you, they used to think Region 2 was a stronghold. They used to get 71% up to 2011. By 2015, they got down to 68%. They used to think Region 3 was a stronghold. They used to get 72%, now they got to 65%. They used to think Region 6 was a stronghold. Even people in the diaspora say, how are they going to beat Region 6? How are we going to beat Region 6? They used to get 73%, now they get to 63%. Come with the winners. Back the winners. The APNU+AFC are the winners. We are going to win.
Moving forward together. Don't stop the progress.
Everywhere in this country, from Mabaruma to Achievement, APNU+AFC is building strong partnerships, strong coalitions. We're opening new tongues, prosperous tongues. People know what we're doing. People are supporting us. Everywhere, APNU+AFC is building schools. The PPP is protesting. We are building schools, opening clinics, opening water plants, providing electricity, building roads and stellings. And the PPP is grumbling. They're picketing and protesting. We do what real leaders do. We lead from the front. We don't sit down and criticize. We build things, we don't break things. The PPP believes in a winner-takes-all policy. And you've seen it at work in this country. Where the PPP wins, they shut everybody out. Go in the rural areas. Go in the villages. And once the PPP win, can't eat your dinner. If you belong to a green village, you get nothing. I remember on these bank barbies, they have some green villages. And the road was so bad. You had to get a tractor and trailer to go from Amsterdam to Plektanke. And one day, Ramatan was going to Highbury. They stopped the convoy. I said, don't come back here till you fix the road. But he never go back. But I go back because I fixed the road.
Moving forward together. Don't stop the progress.
Real leaders solve problems. Fake leaders create problems. My friends, this coalition is a political miracle in this country. Never before have 6 parties come together to give Guyanese faith in the future, to give them a vision of what will happen when their children grow up, the country that they want to live in. The AFC, the Guyana Action Party, the Justice for All Party, National Front Alliance, People's National Congress, the Working People Alliance. We've all come together because we have the good of Guyana at our hearts. We have your good at our hearts. And this six-party coalition is unstoppable. I ask you to go out on the 2nd of March. I ask you to organize in every hill and valley. I ask you to organize throughout this great region, to mobilize your supporters as you've done here tonight. I've asked you to come together to carry on this great experiment in nation building, which Guyana has never seen before. To control not only Region 10, but to bring your magic into all of the regions in Guyana so they could understand what Linden solidarity means to holding political power and bringing about change in the community. Let us go forward to make Guyana safe for businesses. Let us make Guyana safe for students. Let us make Guyana safe for women and children. Let us make Guyana safe for all our nation, our grandchildren. Let us make Guyana safe for all Guyanese for generations to come. Can we do it, Linden? Can we win again? And again, and again, and again. Nothing can stop us now. Because we have the people on our side. So let us go forward and win this great election for the people of Guyana, for our children. Come on, let's go.
Our president, who will be president after March the 2nd, David